So I've been trying to read more, right? Because ever since I graduated high school, I've like completely fallen off of reading. I read through like middle school, high school, did the book reports and things and logged hours, logged hours. And we were like forced to read certain books. I didn't do like To Kill a Mockingbird or anything like that. I had, what was it? I haven't anymore. Okay. I don't remember what books they were, but they were there. They were there. I promise they were there. But like, you know, you're forced to read a specific kind of book and you're like, whatever. And like if you like go to a bookstore and you see something that you like, you get to pick it out. You get to choose what you read and you read it at your own pace on your own time. It's a lot more enjoyable. I've learned that, and it is kind of helpful to my little noodle, you feel me? But anyway, as I'm starting to get more into it, I'm like going around to different stores, Barnes and Noble, Target, Walmart, just to look at different books. And I see ones that catch my eye and I was like, okay, I'll pick that up. Sure. Why not? I would prefer not to buy it at Barnes and Noble because all their stuff is still at retail price. Whereas if you just go on like Amazon, it's like $6 cheaper. And I also learned today, just today, when I picked up this here, a magical girl with tires, looked interesting, seems fun, seems silly. I picked this up for the same price that it was on Amazon, which is $6 below retail. The only downside is I have to go into a Walmart. There's that, and there's also this one here, Tales from the Cafe. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble just because it was there, and it looked cute. It looked fun. It was 20 bucks. Seems a really short book, and I like that. I prefer novellas more than novels. And then there's also this one here, the Spider-Man Miles Morales Wings of Fury prequel book. I got this one as a gift, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. But you see this one here, this is the only paperback I showed. I personally prefer hardcovers, right? Paperbacks are cool. I'm starting to warm up to them. And as I was looking, I noticed this thing that I never actually noticed before, because like I would see people in my family would have like these bookshelves in their houses, and they would like have these specific types of books that were all like the same size, same length, and like really worn down, and it was really strange. But I never realized it until very recently. Call me stupid, but like I don't know, I just never thought about it. So I started to look into it because I went to Barnes and Noble and I saw them. I was like looking at like the fantasy section. I was looking at like Star Wars and stuff, and they had like these specific kinds of paperback books, and they were all like really small. And I checked on the back and it said it was a mass market paperback, and I was like, that makes sense, because that kind of book you see everywhere. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's stuff like this here. You see like the spine gets kind of worn down. The same like yellow pages, bro. Look at that paper quality. Look at that. And like compared to like a normal paperback, you serious? Okay, so this is normal, right? And that's mass market. And it's like way thinner and it feels super rough. And I looked into it because I didn't know what this was about. And apparently this has been a thing since like the 1940s. So this is like a method that publishers use, and they just print them in the cheapest possible way. Like that's literally all it is. And like, sure, go for it, man. Good on you, I guess. It's just so interesting to me because they're all the exact same. There's something really nice about like looking at a shelf that has mass market paperbacks and seeing them all like consistently the same size. It's like looking at a shelf of video games, you know what I mean? But there's also like something, I can't put my finger on it, but it feels so dystopian. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the idea that they're like intentionally printed at the cheapest possible price, and they seem to like not really care about the quality all that much because they are fully aware that these things deteriorate over time a lot easier than any other form of book does. Way easier than a paperback, way easier than the hardback. Those last a lot longer. This will last maybe a few years before the spine starts to crack. It's just so interesting to me. So I looked into it and I looked at this article. It all has AI generated images, which is lame as fuck. But yeah, I looked at these different things. It says size matters. Penis. They usually come in a size about 4.5 to 7 inches. And the normal ones, like this one here, are referred to as trade paperbacks, and they're generally larger and can vary in size. One of the things that they mention about these is that they're portable, and it's true, they are portable. They definitely are. You could fit a bunch of these in like a backpack if you're going on like a trip or something. Very, very portable. And it says the two, paper in the paperback, as I mentioned, the paper is just worse. And it says that the paper in a mass market paperback is non-acid free, but the ones in a normal paperback are. So it's literally just cheaper paper. And also mentioned it's a lot thinner. It feels a lot thinner too, and very, I don't know, it's so weird. It's such a weird feeling, and it doesn't feel like that on a normal paperback. I literally can't express it. I just don't, I don't know, it's weird. And then the price tag. This is one of the things that I think these are good for. They take these well-known stories and they can reprint them, or they print original stories in this form, and they're really really cheap. You see this one here. I don't know if that's gonna come up on the camera, but this is $7.99 as opposed to this. How much is this? This is $16. It's like half the price. That's crazy. Granted, are you sacrificing a bit of like the actual quality of it? Yeah, but at the end of the day, does that really matter? Like, I can't tell if I like these or not, because like a part of me is like, oh, it feels weird, and it feels weird that these exist and they kind of sacrifice the quality just for like this weird kind of like uniformity on a bookshelf. But at the same time, I like the consistency. I like that they're portable. I like that they're really cheap, because like book prices now, if you don't know books, book prices are ridiculous. I just really don't know how to feel about these. Like, maybe I'll warm up to them. Okay, so this one isn't mine, but I'm thinking about just buying some myself, reading through them, see if it really matters that much, or if I'm just like overthinking it. I'm probably overthinking it, but you get what I'm saying? Like, if you see a bunch of these lined up, the exact same height, the exact same width, if you see a bunch of them on a shelf, doesn't that feel dystopian in a way? I don't understand why I think that way. I know it's not dystopian. It's the fucking book industry. Like, there's nothing dystopian about that, or maybe there is, who knows? Like, as opposed to like getting different like book sizes, like you see like all these here are different sizes and shit, and like you see these on a shelf and it's like, oh, that's fun, that's silly. But then you see all these the same exact size and it's like, oh, that's classy. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm going without a script here, so I'm just going off the dome, and I'm just like, I don't know how to put my thoughts into words. It's just so strange. But anyway, that's suffice to say, I'm gonna buy a few of these. I'm gonna buy a few for myself, look for different ones that I enjoy. I need to look for like very specific fantasy styles, because I like fantasy a lot more. I hope this was informative to you. If you don't know anything about books, I've been getting really into it lately, although I don't read as much as I would like to. I just don't have time. I know that these three are on my list right here. I'm also going to try to get to these here. I'm currently reading this one, How to Write a Movie in 21 Days. These are all like script writing stuff. So they're going to help me like, you know, format scripts for like shows, movies, and stuff like that. And that's something that's really interesting to me, because I need it for the Brooklyn Brook the Universe pilot, and it has been helpful so far. So I'm excited to get through all these. I just really wish I had more time. Thanks for hearing me rant. I'll do tutorials. I will do tutorials. I just literally have not had the time. I'm sorry. I will get to it. But for now, bye-bye.